Hi, John Wales here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a subscribe button icon. In fact, I'm going to show you how to make this one. It's really easy to do. We're going to use Paint 3D, which you'll find in Windows 10. If you don't have Windows 10, I'm pretty sure you can do it in pretty much any paint program. So I'll take advantage of having this here now, and I'll say, if there's anything you like, you can subscribe. I'll also give me that thumbs up. So let's get straight into the video and show you how we do it. With my computer open, as you can see, I'm using OBS to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to come down here to the left hand corner, click my Windows logo, click on Paint 3D. When that opens up, you should have something that looks similar to what I've got here. A choice of a new project or open up an existing one. I'm going to click New. Now we've got this white square. This is your canvas that we're going to work on, and there's various options available to you on this row here, but what I'm interested in is the top toolbar, and you can see there's lots of options here, and straight away we're going to click on 2D shapes. That will then open up a number of shapes available to you. I'm going to come over here to this one which says rounded square, left click, and it lights up blue, and that means I've selected it. Come onto my canvas, and if you left click and keep your finger held down, you can then make a various sized square or rectangle, and I'm looking for a rectangle, something like that. When you let go of it, what you're going to get is a dotted line animated as though it's moving. As long as it keeps doing that, you can grab your project or whatever you've done and move it around. I'm going to place it where I want it. As soon as you are happy where it goes, click the canvas, and now it's more or less set on the canvas. You can't move it any further now. It's sort of stuck there. So if you've done an error, you would need to come up, click undo, and do it all over again. Anyway, let's carry on with this, as we now want yet another rounded square. Click on it, it goes blue, and this time it's going to be a bit smaller and more of a square. Keep these dotted lines moving, and then you can grab the middle, drag this one down, and I'm going to put this square inside my rectangle. And if you grab these little handles, you can make it bigger or smaller. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger so it fits in there quite nicely, and it's well balanced. I like that. So I'm now going to click on the canvas, and I'm going to come back to our 3D shapes yet again and pick up a triangle. Click on a triangle. Doesn't matter how big you make it at this moment. Here you have a rotate symbol, and grab hold of it, and you want to turn this round 90 degrees. See how steady I am, or not. There we go, 90 degrees. Again, we've got our dotted surrounding lines animated and moving, which means I can grab hold of my triangle and move it around. I'm going to drop this inside the square, make it fit. Grabbing their little handles, you just keep on working at it until you're happy that it'll fit inside. And to make sure I'm getting this pretty much right, I'm going to increase the size with my mouse. Come across, because I want to get all these little corners of the triangle inside my original box. I've done here. I'll try and centralize it a little bit better than that. And you can just see the corner of that triangle poking out, pull him in there. I'm happy with that. Let's reduce the size back down. Move this across. More or less, you can see, here's our subscribe button icon. Next thing I'm going to do is color it in. Come back up here to the top line, click on brushes. You have various options available to you that look like pencils, brushes, markers, that kind of thing. There's a spray can. What we want is this paint pot. I'm going to click on that because this gives you big block fills. That's lit blue, which means we've selected fill. Come down here to your paint palette, pick up red. Well, I'm going to pick up red because that's kind of the standard color for YouTube. And now, as you can see, my mouse is here in the middle of the rectangle. Left click, it turns red. I'm going to move over to the triangle in the center there. You can see my little mouse icon. I'm going to click that and that'll turn red. More or less, this is our button. Easy as that. Come up here to the text, click on text. You have two types of text available to you, 2D and 3D. I'm going to stick with the 2D as it is. Here's the fonts available to you. I'm going to want a bolder font, let me get this right. I'm going to want a bolder font than what's there. So search around, find something you like. I like this one called Roland. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to change the color from black to white. So you click on this little color thing there. Then a palette opens up to you again. I'm going to click on white. So now when I tap in my text, it'll come up white. I also want it to be very bold. Now if I come over here and click somewhere on our button, there we go. We get this flashing square again. And using uppercase, I'm going to put in subscribe. As you can see, this is quite big. Will it fit? I don't know. The difference with the text is that if you grab the middle bit, all you end up doing is selecting the text to do something with it. In order to move this, you need to grab the handles on the animated dots. And that way then you can move your lettering about. And I want to centralize this to the middle of our button, if you like. And I think I'm quite happy with that. Click on there, and that's looking okay. We're almost done. As quick as that. Outside, this is our canvas. I want to change the color of this to green. I'm going to come up to brushes. Once again, we've already got the fill paint pot selected. I'm going to come down to green. I'm going to select green. Come out on the outside here somewhere and just click that. And that turns green. The reason for this is in order to drop this now on top of your video, you're going to have to use chroma key or green screen. The reason I colored it in green, generally whatever editor you're using, whenever you open up chroma key, it tends to open up in green. So you don't have to go looking for different colors. I'm going to stick with this as it is. I'm going to come up here to menu. I'm going to drop down and put save as. I want to save it as an image. Now we want to give it a title so I can't lose it. And I'm going to call it subscribe in green. Subscribe in green. And I'm going to click save. Simple as that. Okay, next thing is to show you how to put it onto a video. For my editing, I use videopad. Whatever editor you're using, it'll have something similar to this, I'm sure. You'll have a main storyboard or timeline probably running across the bottom of your screen. You will probably have access to a clip preview, maybe a sequence preview, and you'll have a box somewhere where you can drop your files. First thing I want to do is put in the subscribe button icon. That was in pictures, which is opened up automatic for me by there. And subscribe in green, there it is. Let's add that into my files. I'm going to pull this down into a new track above my video footage. And the reason for that is first I need to know on my video footage where I want to put my subscribe icon. So I'm going to play the footage. Hi, I'm John Wales and I'm going to show you how to make a subscribe button icon. In fact, I'm going to show you there. And I'm just about to say this one because I want my subscribe button to show up here. So I've stopped it mid-sentence. The joy of doing that is here's my play bar showing exactly where it stopped. And what I can do now is slide my image up to the play bar. And this is where I want it first to show up on screen. The next thing we need to do now is remove this green. Now on videopad, when you pick a clip or a section of film, you have a little FX box. I'm going to click on that. On your editor, you'll have to find out where your effects are for a particular track that you're on. And when you do open up your editor effects, somewhere you're going to find green screen or chroma key. You'll click on that. And with videopad, it comes up in this fashion. You'll have something very similar, I would imagine. But what this does, you'll have a color somewhere, you can click on it. With videopad, it opens up with this pile of sliders and various colors. And you'll have something similar, and what you're looking for is you will have some kind of collection tool available to you. In this case here, as you can see, it's an eyedropper, and if I click on that, I move the eyedropper to the color I want to remove off that particular bit of film, and then click on it. I don't know if you saw what happened here. This changed a little bit, these sliders. This is the original green from a minute ago, and this is the new color green that the eyedropper has picked up, and this color green now matches this color green behind the subscribe. I'm happy with that. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click this button as well, and what happens now? The green disappears. Now we are on the final straight, if you like. You'll want to come back to the video track where you have your image, and on there you'll want to find a new effect. You're going to want to find scale, because what we need to do now, and if I can make this a little bigger, we want to reduce the size of subscribe, and in this particular version I do it like this. You'll have something similar in your editor, and I'm almost there. That's about the size I think I'm going to want. And then you'll want another effect. On this I can adjust the position of subscribe. I can move to the right and I can drop it down, staying within my scale parameters here. But on yours it might be a little different, and there's another way around it. You can find your position effect. Somewhere you're going to have a position. You'd click on that, and this more or less does exactly the same thing. You have a horizontal and vertical bar. So horizontally I want to move to the right, a little bit like that, and vertically I want to move it down. Wrong direction, try that way. And I'm almost there, and there we are, just about done. Okay, we'll run this back, play it and see what that looks like. Hi, I'm John Wales, and I'm going to show you how to make a subscribe button icon. In fact, I'm going to show you this very one. It's very easy to do. We're going to use... Perfect, as simple as that. And the joy of using, if I just show you one other little thing here, the joy of using an image on this particular section, you can grab the side of an image and you can lengthen it, so it will run all the way to the end of my clip, and shorten it. So having that, you can pick out where you want it to stop, and I will just play this a little bit again. This very one. It's very easy to do. And I'd say I wanted to stop there. Then all I'd have to do is run my image back to the play bar, and that would give me the length of time that I want it to run. I'll just wait a couple of seconds and keep on talking, because you've got this blue bar here which has to change color, otherwise it doesn't play in the right order. And we're trying once more, and this should be the final product. I'll show you this very one. It's very easy to do. We're going to use Paint 3D. There we go. That's it. And that's how you put a subscribe button icon onto your video. Well, that's the end of another one of my exciting videos. This one on how to make a subscribe button icon using Paint 3 in Windows 10. It took me forever to memorize that bit. Anything you've enjoyed about this, as ever, you can give me that thumbs up, or even use this subscribe button that I've shown you how to make. Or on top of that as well, you can hit the notification bell that's hiding down there somewhere and get all of my up and coming videos. To my next video, bye for now.